on the computer. All right.
Hey.
All right, we got there. We got there in the end.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Pure Mediocrity. I am Infamous Tuber, and I am here with the one, the only, the King El Dada. How you doing, King?
You've been practicing your intro. Before we start, I just want to give a shout out to my boy KJ. Happy birthday for yesterday. Just came from his party, actually, so that's why I was late.
Oh, you made his party, did you? You made his party. You went to his good to know.
You know what, though? You know what, though?
I'll keep that in mind. Real friends. It's all
Hey.
good. Don't worry about it.
You know what, but he didn't leave me in a time of need.
Oh, you're killing me.
Some people be leaving. Some people be coming. You decided to.
And then you didn't come.
What? What is it? All right, good start. So, hey, man.
How are you, bro?
Yep. I'm good, bro. I'm just came from the party. Just had it. I went to get some burgers.
Burgers?
A place called Capital.
Capital? What's in Capital?
I'm in the Capital.
Yeah, well.
Fun little fact. You know, people keeping score at home. Yeah.
Score at home?
Yep.
Pretty
That'd
good.
be mate. What have you been doing, man?
Not an awful lot. Hey, just getting done. Got a lot of large chunk of uni assignments. Yeah, no, yep. Love that. English words. Yep, that's what I'm doing. And then got some placement coming up. So that's about it, really.
Oh, nice. I had to put
a
hold on my placement.
You going, King?
Oh, you don't want to let me talk. Oh, you don't let me talk. Today's all about Juba. Right up here. I actually got an email for my placement, and they said, "Why haven't you done your placement?" And I said, "I can't afford to go on 3 weeks unpaid leave, so my placement's gonna take a long time."
What you're saying is you're pretty shit.
Yeah, pretty broke is what I'd say.
Pretty broke. Got pretty than no money.
Yeah, so hopefully I can get that sorted in the near future. But
I love that. Yeah. The place I'm at, it's like in your last year, you'll need to do 200 teaching hours voluntary.
Yeah.
Sorry, what now? Sorry.
It's like they want
you want me to go in and do their job and not get paid. Cool.
Uni Full Up is set up for people that live at home and have a afternoon weekend job. If you do not have those things, good luck.
No, but my favorite thing about it is, like 200 hours. I was like, I work in a school, like as in for not like currently I used to in Canberra, but like what like other places I've worked in as well, like other parts. Yeah, no, but I used to it like ages ago because I've bounced around Australia a little bit and I've done gigs. I even did gigs over in Europe for a bit, but it's like one of the places I worked at.
When did you go to Europe?
2019 for about right before COVID got big.
I knew you in 2019. I knew you in 2019.
Yeah, remember I disappeared for like 3 months.
Oh yeah, that's right. You
lived in Europe for 3 months and
Malaysia.
Work over there. But similar sort of concept. As I was doing stuff over there, it was kind of interesting. But I was like, I can do gigs in schools and whatever and get paid.
Singing gigs.
Why would I do it for free? Like, makes
and it's stupid because if you've got like a LSA and if you're working
exactly,
as LSA,
is the huge one.
It's up to them, up to the school if they want to pay you or not. Like, why would they?
For the record, those watching that don't know what LSA is, LSA is Learning Support Assistant. It essentially means you go into schools as a teacher's aide, I'd say, a teacher's aide, and you work with kids that have a few things like mental disabilities and such.
Or learning disabilities.
God's work.
Yeah, and you don't get paid.
Yeah. I do. But you didn't get paid to be an LSA?
You do, but if you're doing a placement, you basically do the same thing, and you don't.
Yeah, no, you have to ask the school. What school's gonna be like? You know what? Yeah, we're not gonna pay you, brother. Free labor, give it here.
Yeah, but that's what they all do.
Oh, the people that look after you on placement, those like mentor teachers that look after you, like the teachers you actually meet.
Yeah.
They get paid extra to look after you.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. They're getting paid extra to not teach their classes.
Yep. It's a good system we live in.
It's a good system.
That's why we're excited to be co-teachers. Oh, a little water for the stream. That's a little water debut. Little water debut to you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So just struggling with uni, like doing that. I'm deciding if I want to, if I'm going to go to part-time.
Oh, I'm in the same boat. Not even joking.
And try to get a full-time role and then do my uni like part-time after work.
Yeah, man.
I think that's what I might be doing because I've already been doing it for 4 years. But the rate I'm going, it's going to still take however many, and I'm not going to be doing placement because I can't afford to go on placement. So I just thought maybe this is the way to go because even if I work full time, when I go on placement, at least I'll have like leave and can get paid that way. So
true.
That's what I'm going to do.
Alrighty, so should we take a quick dive into touching base on some sporting stuff and then we just free ball it?
I think, I would never say no to free balling. So, yeah.
Oh, you know what? It's the most comfy way to live.
Isn't it? No Undy Monday.
Yeah. No.
That's what's going on.
Monday, Sunday.
The streams get uploaded on a Monday. So every time the podcast comes up, no Undy Monday.
No Undy Sunday.
No Undy every day.
Yeah. No.
Don't buy them. They're a waste of money. It's a scam.
It's a scam.
All right. Hit us with it.
Well, let's just touch base on playoffs because I know me and you wanted to talk about this earlier, but we're like, oh, let's save it.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on Final Four?
Final Four, I like it. I like that it's someone new. I'm happy with anyone winning, but the people, like the one I want to win the most would be the Celtics, and the least would be the Warriors. Like if the Warriors win, it's like, all right, the Warriors. Like my order would probably be Celtics, Miami, Mavericks, then Warriors. Like I don't really want the Warriors to win just because, they've had their time. Steph's still great, but I would really like to see Celtics or Miami win because Jimmy Butler in the playoffs, bro, he's something else. Like he's absolutely next level. What about you? What are you thinking?
Well, obviously, Celtics fan. Got to back the boys until the end.
Celtics fan.
Yeah, no, I may have mentioned it once or twice. I don't know. I'm pretty low key about it.
What jump you wearing?
Oh, bit of,
Oh, yes, he is.
Still green pockets and everything, bro.
Oh, yeah, nice jumper.
So, obviously, I'm gonna back the Celtics. I'm in a similar boat. Part of me goes, oh, I'd like the Warriors to win if we don't, just because, it just gives Curry a little more power in that whole where does he sit among the greatest sort of thing. But at the same time, I feel like Curry has put in so much work over the last few years. He's done unstoppable performances. I feel like he kind of deserves that role.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, if there's anyone I don't want to win, it's kind of also them because they've already won it. And I'd love for, Mavs haven't won it in gosh knows how long. We haven't won it since 2010.
Mavs won in 2011.
Did they?
Yeah, because then they beat Miami. Then Miami went back to back 12 and 13. Then the Spurs won 14.
Yeah. Spurs won 14. I had it backed up. I thought Spurs. So theoretically, we haven't won it in the longest time. So give it to us, please.
When did Miami won that? So all three teams. Celtics would be the longest.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not even. The weird thing is, it's not even that long. It's just a matter of like, okay, what can I do going forward? In terms of if I'm not looking at the Celtics winning, who would I go for? And the thing is, obviously, there's going to be a little bit of salt in me if we lose to the Heat. Going, I don't want the Heat to win. I think Butler's great. I think it definitely showed when the Celtics got their defensive act together against Butler in Game 2. More importantly, Smart was pretty untouchable. Like his assisting was great. But the biggest thing between Game 1 and 2 that I sort of noticed was turnovers. Celtics turned the ball over a lot less. We weren't taking as many stupid shots. We were moving the ball. So it was a matter of we were generating just almost, I would argue, just as many looks as Game 1. It's just we were knocking them down this game. And Butler did not get much breathing room. We were all over Butler. It's the same thing as when we were against Giannis because we were just on them, on him. And when their star player can't go for 40, suddenly they struggle.
Yeah.
But, Butler is, like you said, he's an animal. I do kind of want the Mavs to take out the Warriors, though, because I feel like Luka has so much going for him, and I reckon just a ring will help boost him so much. So
yeah, and I think it'll help him with a team as well, with him getting some players there and stuff. Mavericks have never had a great squad, even when they won in 2011. Same thing, Dirk handily carried.
Yeah, there's a certain level of respect of
and we've actually had the conversation about who has the hardest rings.
I would argue that Mavs team.
Yeah, I'd
The
just put him
teams,
second.
the teams
Yeah, I'd say
that
so.
Mavs team dropped off
Yeah,
to get to the finals, let alone beat a LeBron James section.
yeah. So definitely,
I'm gonna say it's one of the hardest rings I've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely top two.
You cheeky bastard.
The first one would obviously be LeBron coming back against the greatest Warriors team, 3-1 to winning. But then two,
That'd
yeah,
have to be up there. I'll put it
that
this
would be
way.
number one.
When
That would
LeBron
be the peak.
when LeBron said the bubble ring was the hardest ring ever, I reckon that's false. Because
I
I
reckon
reckon
it's
this
true.
bubble ring takes away all pressure of home crowds.
Yeah,
All
but
pressure
you don't
of-
have your family.
Is that, but like things like, I'll put it this way: Miami bubble was the best thing that could have happened to them. No pressure on the rookies, and the rookies just getting the space to be able to constantly play and shoot meant that they popped off. In the
But
finals.
again, too, the Celtics balled out in those, like when those younger guys in the bubble and stuff too. So
and then we lost them.
Yeah, well, we didn't win, but yeah, no, I'm excited to see where it goes. Obviously, last time we spoke was a bit different because of there was more teams. I think there was 8 teams. So when there's 8, it's still like there's a lot going on. Now where we're at is like,
see the Mavs upsetting the Suns. I did not see that coming, to be honest.
I did not see that coming. But Luka is like, respect to Luka. He's a beast.
Yeah, he's coming through, man. He's coming through with some baller plays.
Yeah. So good on Luka. I think he is going to be a great in the game. It's really good too. Like apart from the Warriors, the other 3 teams in there is like this is the future of the NBA. So it's very.
They're all quite young teams. Like there's some young people I don't think get enough credit for how much damage they can do on a court.
Yeah.
But that's like there's so many guys that are just doing their job and it's working.
Yeah.
So,
that's it.
How about you, sir? How's your basketball career going? The king of the post, they call him the king.
Yes, they do actually say that. Very good. Really good. No, so I just after I left my friend's party, I went and watched my other mate.
The friend whose party you attend. Yeah.
Friend that didn't leave. Remember?
Yeah.
Hey, everyone at home. Friend that didn't leave. While the man was in need. Imagine that you know when your friends are in need, you don't leave them, right? You're there for them. You were there, respect them. You're there for their space.
When your friends reach
what I got from Tuba was, oh, you're in need? I'm out. Oh, see ya. That's what I got.
It's like the same thing when your mate goes, you know what, mate, it's been really rough for me. I really need you here. And you go, no worries, brother, I'll be there. And then you tell him a couple of days before you won't. Yeah, that's always a good one too. And then you just leave him.
That happens.
He gets his hopes up. He gets his hopes so high. He preps a room for you, does all the work, and then you don't show up. That's always good.
Is it just for me?
Yes.
You had more people coming, you liar.
I had more people coming. Obviously, it was a party, but like
none like the king, huh? Nothing like
it. You actually know one of them. My other mate came along, the shooter that you've spoken to.
Oh, Shooter McGavin.
Every time he makes a shot.
Side note, do you want to see what my friend just gave me?
Sure. The blur. Gotta love the blur. King loves his blur. Lugia. Pokemon card.
How lit is that?
That's pretty cool, actually.
How much is that worth?
$10.
$10 for nothing. Just for a little cardy card. So $10.
It was actually $10.
Hey?
$10 was right.
I don't know, I haven't checked.
Love it.
But anyway, good times. Well, so I went to after the party went to a mate's, he's coaching a basketball team. So I want to have a little la loopsy. And during the during halftime, I started taking some shots. That's the first time I shot a ball in about 4 months, I reckon, since my grand final. I haven't touched the ball, haven't shot a ball. That was the first time, couple rim hitters, then boom, banked a 3. I did this, threw my stuff in the air and walked away.
You banked a 3. Did you call bank though?
I said, bang, 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 bang. You just got to every time just say bank, because if it's not a bank, everyone's like, oh, that was sick. But if it is, you called the bank. So
you start off really quiet. Because you're like, bang, 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 bang. Just making sure.
Yeah.
And then if it goes in, they don't hear. As it gets closer to the backboard, though, you get louder just so they hear it.
That's right. So I was cashing checks and ankles, if you know what I'm saying. Woo! All right. By the way, I was so hype at this party. So if there's a little comments that come out,
you're hype at that party, were you?
we're gonna have some tennis. Oh no, we're not. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. How hype you're at this party? Yeah, this party you went to. Sounds really good.
Don't be. Oh, why do you have to be mad?
Why you have to be mad?
All right. What about you? You been playing some ball? Been bowling with your brother?
The rim in the backyard fixed because it's we got like a cheap one from like Target, and over time, if you hit the rim, like I think I hit the rim once, and the whole like hoop just went and we just bent.
One of those.
And then we had like the torrential rain for a bit, and like that hit half the country, and he had flooding like all around the coast.
Oh, is this when the rats came out?
Yeah.
Like, the real rat play. Yeah.
We love it. Bit of bushfires flooding up in Queensland, New South, Canberra, Tassie.
Bro, have we not had like the worst 3 years ever? We had the worst bushfires in history. We had a global pandemic. We had almost, an issue, but some bad stuff. I don't want, I'm neutral. and then during that, we had the floods as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, it's been a mess, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to your story.
quick rewind back to that. Yeah, so it was popping some shots up. Really enjoying it, getting some good shots. Obviously, like really, really rusty. But yeah, no, who knows? I might muck around, might jump on the court. Maybe I come down, play a little celebrity appearance.
That's right. Game. Actually, now that you've said that, I want to apologize because we did say we would have a third person just up here where it is. But because Tuba couldn't get down this weekend because things were just real rushed, we are hoping to get that next weekend. So we're getting this, and next weekend, hopefully, we get our little celebrity guest.
Celebrity guest.
Is not a celebrity.
Peasant, we'll call him.
Yeah. But yeah, so that should be fun. Our guest is like dreading it in a sense, but hopefully
some say he's a bit of a legend.
Some could say the legend, but that's for you to decide. So there's that. In other news,
what have you been following the Johnny Depp stuff?
Oh yes, not really. No, actually, to be fair, not really. But last night, I'm sitting on Facebook, and you're doing these ones. You watch one, and then when you watch one, like, when you watch on the second one, because you like that, you like my zucchini, huh? That gives you another one. And then I went through, bro. I was there. You think, 5 minutes went by. It's been like 3 hours of you just watching Johnny Depp and Amber Heard stuff. So yeah, I don't know your opinion. My opinion on it's very. Look, I think she's a bit like she's tapped, obviously. But then on his side, like he's obviously a raging alcoholic. So like,
For me, I'm like, the problem for me is I feel like there's no matter what happens, there's not really going to be a winner. I do think Johnny wins in the situation they're in because Heard has done too much.
Yeah.
And although he had his massive hits with alcohol that got bad, he has his anger issues. Like in terms of the reports, it's like he's not actually lashing out as much as people think he is. And a lot of the time there's like, again, this is we're only getting to see what they're putting on trial. We don't know the true stories. But the only thing is Amber's making a lot of accusations with very, very little evidence.
Yeah.
Things coming with accusations and a lot of them don't have evidence to back it. While most things Johnny's coming at have evidence. Or first-hand witnesses, accounts, that sort of stuff. And I'm like, I feel looks bad on Amber.
And even to the point of like, it seems like her main point of everything was like the Me Too movement. It's just going to be, I'm a female, so they're going to take my side. Like,
like that recording.
Me, I was like,
I was like, I want you to lose after that.
Yeah.
The whole tell the world, Johnny, that I, Johnny Depp, a white man, am a victim. See who believes you.
Yeah, agreed.
That sealed the coffin for me going, I want Amber to lose now.
Yeah.
I don't care where you sit in life. If you are making fun of domestic violence and saying that you're going to lose that case, no one's going to believe you, threats like that for me.
And that's the other thing, taking advantage of an actual movement that has helped so many people when, sometimes it may get it wrong and whatever, but in this situation, like trying to use that to your advantage, I just think, it's so wrong. So That's where I sit on that. Have you seen the video where they're talking? He goes, Aquaman. That's the funniest thing ever.
Even like the other stuff where it's like they're just chatting and what was it? Like some of the stuff she's done, and she's like used groups to humiliate Johnny and stuff like that. And that for me is just not on. Like, I'm like, sorry. I understand like banter, a bit of laugh, but like when he goes as far as like taking a crap on his bed, like his thing, I'm like,
shitting on the bed is where we got to draw the line.
Yeah, I'm like, no, but like, why does that even come to your head? And you humiliated him with a group of people. Like, I don't understand the kind of like, even though he like, don't get me wrong, if the stuff he said is true, that for me, like I said, the accusations against him are true, that's still wrong. But I feel like the degrees of what she has done at this point in time, what's proven to be true, far outweigh what he's done.
Yeah, I agree. There's levels to it, and I just think she's taken it like, too much fecal matter everywhere, and it's just gone way too far. But I think like the big thing on Johnny Depp's side is the fact that he drinks and he does drugs and stuff, like, some rehab and hopefully
they're relying so much on that being their own.
And that's what I'm saying. So if he does rehab or whatever for however long, like, we can fix that. Now, on the other hand, if you're just a big old piece of shit, like, we can't fix that.
The thing is, even like you got what's it called? Exes. You got these people calling up going, Johnny's never done anything like
Bro,
that.
Even Amber Heard's like Jason Momoa came out and from Aquaman and wants her off Aquaman because she's such a psycho. Like, if co-stars are
I don't think he said that.
No, he wants her up because she's very demanding and very like she wants that whole.
There was that, her. But the thing is, there was the whole like a lot of like fan base jumped at that he's supporting
Johnny Depp.
Johnny because he followed Johnny on Insta.
Yep.
Like that recently popped up.
But apparently the reason
like, oh, this is him showing his support.
Yeah, okay. Because the reason that I didn't look into it that much, but apparently the reason he's going for it is to get her off Aquaman 2 because of how much of a pain she was.
Bro, that petition's also got now over 4 million. Like,
last time I checked, I think it was 3.
It is 3. It's surpassed 4 yesterday morning, I think, or something like that. I was reading, actually, no, it might have been this morning. It was definitely yesterday morning. I was reading the news and it's just past 4. Like, it's now getting big.
I mean, like, it's insane.
So long they can ignore that.
Yeah, it's insane, but it's also like it's reasonable. It's fair enough. Why wouldn't they? So I don't think, like, that, because I also heard that she only had 10 minutes of screen time on purpose because of all this. But
so
they're gonna.
I was curious. So I did read into the actual movie itself. Apparently, what they've done is they filmed the movie. No.
Okay.
No, I haven't read the plot of the movie, as in I've read into what you're discussing. Well, yeah, it'd be pretty hard to read a plot that hasn't happened yet.
Leak. I don't know if leaks came out. I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
No. So the thing that got leaked was that they'd done a lot of the movie and they delayed the movie now to be released in 2023.
Yeah.
And now a lot of people are saying that's because they had to delete all of Amber's scenes.
Okay, that makes sense.
And reshoot them all. And one person said Amber said that all my big moments as my character, all my big action scenes have all been cut. So I only have 10 minutes. And the thing for me is, surely it'd be cheaper just to recast, like cut her and recast someone.
Well, because the petition wants Emilia Clarke.
Emilia Clarke. Also, the one that played Sansa Stark. I can't remember her name.
Sophie Turner, I think.
I could see her there. I could definitely see her in that role. Just because, like, natural build, and she's got the natural red hair, so it's.
Isn't she pregnant? Isn't she pregnant?
I think so, yeah, but CGI and that.
Okay, yeah.
Now there's another actor that will be quite good, but I'll remember it later.
Okay,
but it's the whole that's what I mean. Like, surely a recast is probably going to end up being cheaper long term.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, she's a crucial character in the series. Like, she's literally Aquaman's girlfriend, like right hand girl.
Yeah.
You can't cut her completely. Like you can't cut the character.
Yeah.
And if you recast right now, like, I don't think anyone's going to fight it, because they recast Johnny Depp in Grindelwald. Like that. Yep. They recast him instantly, and no one.
well, they people weren't happy with that. That's the lowest grossing Harry Potter like base movie they've ever had. But I think
it's because a lot of people were unhappy that Johnny full stop got
well,
cut.
that's the thing. So now I think it's more of a thing where where if they cut Amber Heard now and recast, there's going to be no backlash. It's going to be more supported. So it's like, this one time in this one instance, you're going to get away with it.
Exactly. And the one that really annoys me is it's like she complained going, my screen time's been cut 10 minutes. It's going to cost me a lot of money. And I'm like, you got him cut completely from a successful franchise, two successful franchises.
Go into the other one.
As Johnny Depp.
Go into the other one because I want to go into it. Yes.
Jack Sparrow, and he lost Harry Potter. Like,
okay,
two of arguably the most followed franchises in the current times. It's like you cannot compare your screen time getting cut to being removed completely.
And apart from Aquaman one movie, name another movie she's in.
Garbage, yeah.
Well, name another movie she's in. Well, exactly. But on that Jack Sparrow talk, because I've actually just rewatched them. I just rewatched 1, 2, and 3.
Same.
Look at us, we're just on it. Did you hear the rumors of Margot Robbie?
Yeah, headlining the movie.
Now, how do you feel about that?
Well, here's my thing. If Johnny Depp is not Jack Sparrow, for those that don't know, you can look up stuff like this. My favorite movie series of all time, without question, is the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise.
Wow.
No question, no nothing. I love my Marvel, I love Harry Potter, I love that sort of stuff, but Pirates of the Caribbean does it for me because I believe it's one of the few franchises that has everything. Like, it's got action, romance, it's got the scary moments, or not just scary, but the thriller vibe. It's got good storylines, and I think the main character is brilliant. That's what I mean. It's a really good show. And for me, the thing that really annoys me here is I don't think you have Pirates of the Caribbean without Jack Sparrow. And I think if you try to recast, it's going to flop.
It's also one of those things, as we just said with Harry Potter, if you're going to plan on making that in the next at least 5 years, you're going to get that those people boycotting and just not it's not going to do well. So
it's I'm all for them making another Pirates film, like a film about pirates. Clearly they bang, people love them, but don't make it a Pirates of the Caribbean if you're not putting him in. I'm sorry, he is the biggest character. He's the only actor, to my knowledge, that's in every single one without fail. He's one of the few. Actually, no, he is one of the only actors in every single one. Some don't have Barbosa, some have he's the only actor in every single one.
Yeah, number 4 is the one that changes the cast, and I haven't seen that one yet. I need to watch it.
Stranger Tides, yeah, it's a good one.
Actually, we need to talk about Harry Potter after this too, because I just
so for me, the big one, because I said I really love it, is I don't hate Margot Robbie for the role. She can play, she's played Harley Quinn. She's clearly able to play some pretty crazy characters. I do think there might be a little bit of eye candy sort of thing, they're putting her in there because she's an attractive person.
It's the same thing as Harley Quinn. Name a movie with Harley Quinn that's been that did well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
she's not.
I don't necessarily think she is a great actor for this type of role.
I don't even think her acting or whatever. I think it's more she's not really a star. She's not the lead of something, and very rarely
can't headline it.
Very rarely in our day now you get people headlining movies. A lot of, for instance, Marvel. You brought it up. Marvel's so big because of the characters from the comics, not the people playing it. It's now happened that the movies actually made the actors rather than the actors.
Exactly. Actually, I think there's a few characters Tony, Robert Downey Jr., RDJ did very well to bring Tony Stark.
That's right, but Tony Stark, the character that everyone enjoyed, because what was Robert Downey Jr. was in and out of rehab before he did that. He was about to quit acting, and Tony Stark, Iron Man, was the one that he obviously was the perfect person, and it helped him. It was 1-1 for that, but without Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. is a name we've forgotten. He was a drug addict that just disappeared.
Yeah,
but because of Iron Man,
no, that made him 100%.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then same with Chris Evans. You look at Chris Evans; he was the same thing. If you look into his stuff, he was ready to retire. He was ready to do all that. And then once he got Captain America, boom, Chris Evans is now.
Actually, he also was in Fantastic Four.
Yeah, which did so well, didn't it? That's right. That's what I thought.
But I'll just finish up with saying my only fear right now is I'm all for giving equal spotlight, equal sort of opportunity, but I am worried they're going to try to do, you know how they've done the all-female remakes of certain things?
We spoke about this in our first podcast. It's going to be Janet Sparrow.
No, I'll be honest.
Jill
If it
Sparrow.
is, I will genuinely be so disappointed. If it's his daughter or some crap like that.
Yeah, that's what they'll do. It's
so
like
angry.
His cousin or something.
That just is a classic example of them going, we need to make this an all-female film. We need to make this a film. And I'm like,
yeah.
You can create an amazing Pirates series for Margot where she is the captain. And do you know how cool it would be to have this whole world or whole series of she's in literally a man-eat-man world in pirate times, and she's a female captain, like wrecking crew, like destroying ships. Like that would be an amazing storyline.
Yeah.
Don't make it the Pirates of the Caribbean one though. Like there is a famous,
but that's the thing. Even if it's in the same universe, but like do it 1,000 years later, or do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Like
don't do
it.
It
Doesn't need to be a
Yeah.
sparrow, because as you said, if she's a sparrow, you want an all-female cast. You want to get go the woke direction and be this way, but then still need what Jack Sparrow has done to make it successful, which I think is where you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Exactly. It's the whole like. I feel like too, there's a lot of movies where they're using the name to get results, and half the time they're flopping. Like Ghostbusters flop.
Ocean's 8 was spot on. The main chick was the main guy's George Clooney's cousin.
Yeah.
And that was the whole thing. And it didn't do it. Like, just because you've got the name, it's like, if you're going to do it new. Don't try and tie it in as like a fan service, which the fans don't want.
Which is the thing. And like, for me, it's like when you look at the Margot Robbie, as I said, there's an opportunity for an incredibly cool storyline of being like one of the only female pirate captains in a pirate universe. It'd be amazing hearing how she'd have to be smarter because she'd have to be more tactical. She may not have the brute strength of some of the other people. How does she keep her crew in line? Like, how much do they respect her? Like, for me, that could be an amazing storyline.
But see, even
don't put it in the Pirates of the Caribbean series.
Like, me hearing that, separate. And I just watched number 3 literally 2 nights ago. And that was the whole thing with Keira Knightley. Like when the captain died of that other ship, and then he gives her the like locket thing to then make her the captain of that ship. That was the whole thing. It's like, well, the female's not a captain, stuff like that. So it's kind of like, even if they go that route, it's already kind of been done. They already touched upon it,
but they haven't gone big,
like in depth. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I haven't seen 4 and 5. The thing is,
Keira Knightley got her reputation through Jack, through his crew. And he respected her, which is why they respected her. Yeah. For me, it's like, how do we look at someone who has to build the respect up themselves? Yeah. And how do and I think there could be a really cool chance to show, like, how does she build it? Maybe she's a very skilled fighter. Maybe she's a marksman, like, and saying, like, all that. There's so much you can play with. But the problem is, when you give it the Pirates of the Caribbean title, you put it up to the speculation and up to have to hold the reputation those films before have held.
Now, who makes Pirates of the Caribbean?
That's a good question. I don't even know.
Okay, it's Disney.
You mean like
group? Yeah, like company. So Disney did a little old movie called Star Wars where they did a female lead.
Little old movie.
Yeah, little old movie. And do you know what the problem with that was?
What?
They couldn't give the character enough depth and enough personality that it was just like, oh, here's this character, they can do everything.
Yeah, to justify in the world. And the problem is they keep making it the female person is the strongest now. Like every movie I know now is now trying to do that. Like think about the whole point was Anakin was meant to be unforeseen.
Yeah, no, I don't want to get on Star Wars because we
so much power. You know what I mean? And then Rey came in. It's like, oh, actually, only like 50 years later, there's someone way more powerful.
Yeah,
really.
Well, that's the thing. It's not so much about the character and how it's just like female characters. Why do people like Jack Sparrow? Why do people like X, Y, and Z? Because of their imperfections. We can relate to people that aren't perfect. Now, when you give us something that's perfect, guess what? That character's hated because I don't relate to being perfect because I'm not. I'm sure you don't, and I'm sure. I think I told you this. I think I said on the first podcast, like a girl from my work, little girl came up to me and goes, "Yeah, I don't like this character because they just get everything." So when you're hearing it from, what the target audience that they're not a fan, it's time to start thinking about what we're doing.
Exactly. And the other ones, like when they had the Avengers, if you look at the comics, the strength of those Avengers is massive. And then they bring in Captain Marvel and immediately make her the strongest person in the entire universe. Like she legit flies through Thanos' ship like it's nothing, destroys the whole thing, destroys his whole army. Like
and
that.
for the reason of, and how did she get that? Nothing. Right time, right place, and now she's powerful. But then you look at someone like, which is crazy because in the same universe, Black Widow, the fool kidnapped as a kid in the spike system, like
so
go through it.
So good.
Obviously, the movie, you can say what you want about the movie, but the character itself, like,
it's
traumatized, realized that they were doing the wrong thing, then turned into a hero. Good. You realize this person has trained their whole life, become a killer, then in their brain it's clicked that, oh no, this isn't the way things should be done. It switches. There's that you can relate to, there's a connection. Instead of, hey, right, a jet blew up, here's some weird power, and now get out there.
Yeah, no. And
get out there, Tiger.
She actually gets her power from a star in the comics.
Yeah. No, well, it's but it
star.
gets connected to the jet or something in the movie.
Yeah,
I literally watched that movie once. So,
but the thing is, and in the movie, she gets it from the Space Stone, the Tesseract.
Oh, does she?
Yeah, like she gets hit with that, and that gives her her power.
Oh,
and
there you go.
Okay, well, first of all, if you look at someone like Thor, who is legit a god, in the movie, he both tanks a star while that his hammer gets created, and throws a hammer that can cut through the power of the stones, which means you'd think he would be able to, he'd be the most powerful person. But apparently he still would lose easily against Captain Marvel, even though he's taken all the damage of the things that create her.
Even to that point, have you seen Doctor Strange yet?
The new one? Nah.
Spoilers in 3, 2, 1. No, just a little thing, just about Scarlet Witch. Her as a character, she is super, super powerful and very
huge, massive. In the comics,
even in the movie. But the reason this has all happened, one, she was strong all the way through, but like this next level, there you feel why this is happening. And the best thing about like characters and stuff is when in their head they're doing the right thing. And when they believe they're doing the right thing, it's like there's that thing of like, yeah, is it, you got to think about it. Is it right? Is it wrong? You got to go see it's got like a very scary tone.
Another one was, someone said it might be Marvel's first horror film.
I think that might have been me.
No, but it was another thing of like same thing with Daenerys in
bro, spot on.
You know what I mean? She thinks she's doing the right thing, and eventually you're like, hold up, you're kind of becoming psychotic. Hold up.
But not only that, look at where Daenerys came from. A slave, like literal nothing.
But then she builds up and ends up becoming the exact thing she didn't want to become. Like,
but none of that. But then the power and that lust and that everything that came from somewhere. It wasn't just like, here's the throne. Why do we hate Cersei and stuff? Because it's just in the bloodline. Here's the, you're just next in line kind of thing. It's like, well,
you don't deserve that throne.
Really. Opposed to Daenerys, slave with Drago, did all the things, got the Unsullied, saw this all, had to do her thing, work really hard, and then got to that point where it was like, yeah, now you can go mad. I like it all. So I just think it's a big character thing that if you write your characters right, everyone's going to like it, male, female, or whatever else there is. But I just think that a lot of companies are doing it wrong and just expecting an audience to like this character, and then if you don't, you're a sexist. It's like, that's not how this works.
Yeah, exactly.
But
who knows? As I said, I'm not gonna hold judgment until the Pirates film comes out. I'm keen for Avatar. Like,
oh really?
I am. I'm sorry. When it takes you like 7 or probably more now, like a long time to produce the second film, it better be banging.
Yeah,
especially
but
because apparently they're making 4 or 5.
Well, that's the thing. You've got like the first one was so good because for its time it looked ridiculous. Like it was unreal, and now it's like
now you got like Avengers having fights on other
planets. Right. It just looks like it's gonna be another movie. So unless the stories are unreal, like you can't get away with just nice, like it looking nice. That was the whole first one. It just looked really good. Like you're not gonna get away with that this time. You need to have a good movie. But before, because we're about to hit 40 minutes, before we get into whatever, I want to say, me and you had a conversation about Harry Potter, and I said, "What do you think about number 3?" Because I hadn't watched it yet, and you said, "Oh, it's not that good, but for the story, it's okay." 3 is one of the best ones in the whole thing. Bro, Serious. I mean, maybe you did that on purpose. So then, like, I went into it low. Yeah. Okay. That.
100%.
You know what?
100%.
Let's not say that because the serious black stuff. I was like, oh my god, this is
Yeah.
awesome. How did this guy say it was trash?
No, see, the problem is if I build it up and say it's amazing, and then you go and expecting that, and it maybe it hits amazing, you're like, yeah, it was actually quite good. It was like what you said it was. It wouldn't feel as good as if I said it was.
Yeah, I like it. You know what? You played me like a fool, and I like it. I just watched number 4 the other day. That's my favorite. Goblet of Fire.
Or Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, with Edward Cullen in it from Twilight.
Mediocrity. Yeah.
No, it's Edward Cullen. Do you have a Hufflepuff tie?
I do have a Hufflepuff tie.
By chance. You whip it out.
Yeah, you know, I can just for you, whip out the Hufflepuff tie.
Little fun fact for the people. I gifted him this, so I'm excited. I went to Zing today. This close to buying a Slytherin scarf. Literally this close, but I bought a hat instead. I like it.
It's in a plastic coating at the moment, so I can't
actually. That's how good it is.
Come scared.
Hey, you're welcome.
Do you collect Lego heads by any chance?
Oh, I do. Actually, my one that you got me is still in a box.
Oh, see, you know, I feel like you're not committed to me. Hold on,
bring the tie back out. Bring the tie back out.
Oh my gosh.
What's the tie in?
Huh?
What's the tie in?
A box, but I'm keeping it there because it's actually wrapped in plastic and I like it until I actually have to wear it.
Yeah. You wear it to my next party. I'm having a Slytherin Harry Potter party.
That's all good, man. I'll tell you I'm coming 2 days before.
It's going to be at your house, so you have no choice.
Yeah.
See, that's what you did wrong. That's where you were, a little bit mixed up. How's your streaming?
I haven't been able to do much actually at the moment, just because I got slammed with uni work and like setting up for placements. I just got hammered. I'm trying to jump back into trying to do it every second day or so. Hopefully Monday.
I told you, bro. Schedule, man. At least if you get a schedule going, at least you know this is the day I'm doing it. No if, whats, or buts about it. This is that's the day doing it. I think that's the best way, especially with like someone like Raw, the legend. I find it really hard to like match his schedule because he's like, I do it this much. You don't even do it like enough for like a day job. But I don't have that much time to just be online.
That's the thing. Yeah. You need to have the time to do it. I could have a day where I can go for 8 hours, but then I may be busy the next week.
That's it. So I just feel for me at this time, like until I can either get paid at least half my wage or whatever, I can't stop everything else to stream 18 hours a day. I feel like my 2 hours, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is good for now. And if I can jump on different times, then I will. But if not, I can't do that. So for you and for anyone trying to get into it, I recommend getting a schedule. So then, the fact is there that at this time you will be on it. Things come up and that's happened to me, but I do truly believe that's your best bet is to go.
I agree.
At schedule.
I second the king.
Because, I did Save the World on Friday night. Did very good. It was 130 views, so it was good. But yeah, the game, you know how it is. No, it was pretty good. Actually, before we go as well, on June 3rd, I'm going to New Zealand.
Lovely.
So you have to come. No, it's kidding. I'm going for a week, so we'll probably try and make a recording either while I'm there or when I get back. I get back on a Saturday night, so we could actually do it then and then. So if we record next weekend for the week I leave, actually it'll all work. All good. Don't worry. I just thought I'd let you know. Just thinking out loud at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Did you get into vote today?
I did. Hey, we're going to share our votes.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a few that I saw on there that I found kind of funny.
It was the legalize the stuff, was it? No, hey, I'll be honest. I put that 3. Like my first 2 were serious. 3 legalize.
For me, the only one I sort of was like I don't really want would have been Pauline Hanson. Just because all
you want.
No, as in someone I don't want. She was last for me, just because it's like the amount of controversial shit she's done.
Pauline Hanson on there.
Yeah, she's the One Nation candidate.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. And I'm like, all the shit she's done from like dressing up in burqas and stuff like that to Like, and I'm like, bruh, you do need to be as far away as possible from that chair.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind really. I'll be honest with you, I don't mind too much who wins. Like, I always found that politics is a lot of promises and not much results. So it's like everyone goes, we're going to do this, and then they don't. And I feel like whoever's in charge, they always suck. So for me, it's always like who's the least worst, or who's going to stuff up the least. For me, it's always been the way it works.
Yeah, just keep.
I know that's not a good attitude to have, but it's like you got the chick. What's her name that is in charge in New Zealand? She's incredible. She does so many good things. There's some amazing people.
Nah, everyone's turned on her, but
well, now they have. But like during COVID, she did bits.
Yeah, no. At the beginning, she did, but now everyone, because they're still in lockdown. They still have to wear masks. They still have to do all that. So everyone's really. She won't win the next term.
I do. I'll be honest. I don't really mind too much who wins. I just also don't want ScoMo to be the person leading. Like, even if Liberal wins, I want him to get rid of him, just because I don't think you should be. Everyone's like going, oh yes, he's like, I've made mistakes. I've learned now. And I'm like, but mate, you didn't make minor ones. You made massive ones, huge problems. And you haven't really, to my knowledge, done that much to benefit us.
Yeah. Look,
you stuffed up during.
I really think you and I can get into this, and I think we should after this, because I don't want us to get like. I just don't want this. This has been a really fun podcast, and I really don't want it to go down that road.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like we did movies out. I really don't want it to go down that road where people get upset and so.
Well, that's what I mean. That's why I'm like, I don't really speak about who I voted for.
Yeah, I mean,
as I said, I don't really mind who wins. There's obviously benefits to parties, but like. For me personally, I feel that like whoever wins, I just want them to do a good job.
Yeah. Hey, that's all we can hope for.
Yeah.
All right. I reckon with that said, thank you very much. Pure Mediocrity episode 3. You
can find Mr. King on Twitch. You can find myself on Twitch. Links in the description. Make sure you sub to the Glorious Beard.
What's the Glorious Beard?
Yours.
Oh. I need to shave it, dude. Next time on here, I want to have a little goatee. Shave all this.
Next time, sub to the other Glorious Goatee.
What do you reckon?
Oh, yeah, no.
Got chubby cheeks, but I don't know. All right, bro. Thank you very much. Thank you to whoever listens. We really appreciate it. This is a bit of more of a chiller. I really enjoyed this podcast. I think the 45, I know we're going to keep going because we are. I think the 45 is a really good way to go, because it can kind of like, I feel like sports, we're wrapping through things really well. And then we're just talking. And I really like that. I like that. Obviously, first 3 episodes, it's going to be about like, what topics do we have? What? No. But I think we're eventually going to get to a point where we're just going to talk, and it's just going to go.
Just chill. All right. See you later, guys. Thanks for watching.
Adios.